The Whispering Shadows of Ndembo. In the heart of Africa lies Ndembo, a village where traditions are old and whispers of the past linger like the mist in the early morning. The villagers spoke in hushed tones about the spirits that roamed the dense forests surrounding their homes. Among the inhabitants were two inseparable friends, Go, with his long dreadlocks that seemed to dance in the wind, and Bibi Chair, the younger of the two, known for his quick wit and sharp eyes. Go and Bibi had grown up together, their bond forged in the wild adventures of childhood. They explored the dark corners of the village, dared each other to venture deeper into the forest, and shared stories that sent chills down their spines. Despite the elders' warnings to stay away from the ancient parts of the forest, the boys were drawn to its mysteries. One night, as the full moon cast eerie shadows across Ndembo, Go and Bibi sat by a crackling fire, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. The air was thick with anticipation, for tonight, they planned to uncover the secrets of the Forbidden Grove, a place said to be haunted by restless spirits. "Are you sure about this?" Bibi asked, his voice tinged with apprehension. Go's eyes gleamed with excitement. "We've been talking about it for years, Bibi. It's time to face our fears." With nothing but their courage and a couple of lanterns, they set off into the night. The forest loomed before them, its ancient trees standing like silent sentinels. As they ventured deeper, the familiar sounds of the village faded away, replaced by the rustling of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. The Forbidden Grove was a place of legends. It was said that long ago, a powerful shaman had been betrayed by his closest friend and, in his dying breath, cursed the land. Those who entered the grove were never seen again, their souls trapped forever in the shadows. Go and Bibi reached the edge of the grove, their lanterns casting ghostly light on the twisted branches. The air grew colder, and an unnatural silence fell upon them. Steeling themselves, they stepped into the grove, the ground soft and yielding beneath their feet. As they walked, a sense of unease settled over them. The shadows seemed to move, whispering secrets in a language they couldn't understand. Go led the way, his dreadlocks swaying with each step, while Bibi followed closely, his heart pounding in his chest. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness, a tall, gaunt man with hollow eyes and a twisted smile. He wore tattered robes that fluttered in an unseen breeze. The friends froze, their breaths catching in their throats. "Welcome," the figure rasped, his voice like the rustle of dry leaves. "I have been expecting you." Go and Bibi exchanged a glance, fear and determination mingling in their eyes. "Who are you?" Go demanded, his voice steady despite the terror gnawing at him. "I am the guardian of the grove," the figure replied. "You have come seeking answers, but be warned, knowledge comes at a price." Before they could react, the ground beneath them shifted, and the world plunged into darkness. They found themselves in a cavernous space, the air thick with the smell of decay. Shadows danced on the walls, forming grotesque shapes that seemed to reach out for them. The guardian's voice echoed around them. "To leave this place, you must confront your deepest fears. Only then will you be free." The shadows coalesced into two familiar forms, one with dreadlocks, the other with sharp eyes. They were distorted reflections of Go and Bibi, their faces twisted with malice. The friends stared in horror as their doppelgangers advanced, eyes gleaming with malevolence. Go's doppelganger lunged at him, its dreadlocks writhing like snakes. Go dodged, his heart racing. He could feel the darkness seeping into his mind, amplifying his fears. Bibi, meanwhile, faced his own dark mirror, its eyes boring into his soul. The battle was fierce, each boy struggling against the embodiment of his own fears. Go's dreadlocks became a weapon, lashing out at his doppelganger, while Bibi used his quick reflexes to evade and strike. But the shadows were relentless, feeding on their doubts and insecurities. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, Go remembered something his grandmother had told him: light drives out darkness. With renewed determination, he grabbed his lantern and smashed it on the ground, the flames roaring to life. The light engulfed his doppelganger, dissolving it into smoke. Bibi, inspired by Go's actions, did the same. The fire illuminated the cavern, banishing the shadows and leaving only the guardian standing before them. "You have faced your fears," the guardian said, his voice now tinged with respect. "You are free to leave." The ground shifted again, and they found themselves back at the edge of the grove, the first light of dawn breaking through the trees. They were exhausted but alive, their bond stronger than ever. As they made their way back to the village, they vowed to never speak of what had happened, knowing that some secrets were better left buried. The elders welcomed them with relief, and life in Ndembo returned to its usual rhythm. But Go and Bibi would never forget the night they faced the whispering shadows of the Forbidden Grove. They had uncovered the truth of the legends and emerged stronger, forever changed by the darkness they had conquered. In the heart of Ndembo, the whispers continued, but now they carried a new tale, the story of two friends who dared to defy the unknown and emerged victorious, their courage and friendship lighting the way through the darkest of nights.